Hello, my name is Victor Ortega and this is my informative speech. Remember always that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionists. Those are the wise words of Franklin D. Roosevelt. I want to start off by stating that immigration is not bad. It has its benefits as well. Today I want to inform you about the problems deportation brings to America and undocumented families. Also, how some of it can benefit Americans, and lastly explain a possible solution to a relieved life in America for an immigrant. I want to start off with my main point on how deportation affects America and undocumented families. Being of Mexican origin and a son of undocumented immigrants, and living in the United States, I have learned that I can't take anything for granted. It has all impacted my life. I know anything can be taken away from me in seconds. With that in mind, I want to talk about 3 major challenges deportation brings to American and Mexican families. The first challenge is the abuse undocumented families face. So, according to Daniel Kanstrom, a law professor at Boston, he said that in 2003 the Operation Crosscheck took full effect. This means it granted immigration and customs enforcement and local police officers to raid the homes of immigrants who they thought were illegal to this country. Now, how do you think you would feel if they did that to you? Yeah, not so good. So immigration enforcement is not only deporting parents, but it's also tearing families apart. It's leaving many children foster and without any parents. So another challenge America has encountered for many years is the illegal crossings of immigrants through the borders. So according to Laura Woldenberg, producer of YouTube channel Vice News on immigration, she stated that 45% of immigrants that used to cross through the United States would cross through the Tijuana and San Diego border because of their geographical location. As you can see, they could just simply jump over and act as a normal citizen. So before the 9/11 attack in New York, the United States tried to enforce border patrol, but they just simply lacked. But after the terrorist attack, the United States ordered a national security check in all international cities. Lastly, the third challenge deportation has influenced in America is the increase in tax charges. So America initiated its most expensive expense to all the taxpayers back in 1993, it might be hard to see, where 100 immigrants were being deported per day. So according to Roy Germano, a reporter of the YouTube channel Vice News, in 1996 when Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigration Responsibility Act took full effect, it increased the number of deportations every year. So since Obama has been in office, there has been a record high of 1,100 immigrants deported each day. As you can tell, it keeps going up. So, and also he set a record of 400,000 immigrants deported every year. So, Roy Germano also stated that it cost about $12,500 to deport, arrest, and detain an immigrant back to his homeland. So in the 5 years that Obama has been in office, about 25 immigrants have been deported, which equals to a sum of $25 billion that all taxpayers in America are paying. But that's not it. Now, what if a immigrant is the head of the house, the one that brings all the income? That is not just $12,000, because that brings in primary care. Government leaves family dependent on welfare. So a total of cost of $100,000 an average if you deport a head immigrant. If you deport the immigrant that is the head of the house. This leads to my second point: ways America can take advantage, can use immigrants as an advantage. As an immigrant, I personally know how it feels to live in poverty and see the struggle of my parents working the jobs that no one wants to do and getting paid in cash. In addition, America has been benefiting from illegal immigrants by making them paying taxes. So according to Ann Garcia, a reporter for the American Progress, she stated that in 2010, just undocumented immigrants paid $10.6 billion in personal income tax and property tax. That's a lot of money. So if the United States would just simply grant immigrants a work permit, they could gain a little bit back and not just let Americans take all the charges, and also could create more opportunity and substantially increase the economy in the United States. This leads to my third main point: possible solutions to a relief life in America for an immigrant. So we know that Congress is the reason why this country has not had an ultimate solution to the immigration. There are three ways today that can possibly relieve an immigrant. So the first one is deferred action of childhood arrivals. This was stated on June 15 of 2012. This is the first solution the Obama administration offered to eligible immigrants, which means that children from 16 to 31 can apply, and it gives them the permission to work, go to school, and have a social security and a driver's license. But if you have a misdemeanor, you obviously or a national threat to national security, you can't apply. Deferred action is meant for those young immigrants that want to pursue their future, pursue something in their future, and this doesn't mean that it grants amnesty or it isn't a path to citizenship. The next one is applying to become a citizen. Applying to become a citizen, you obviously have to become a resident first. But what immigrants today are doing are marrying American citizens, and it's becoming the most famous way to becoming a citizen of the United States. You obviously have to be 18 years or older and have lived as a resident of the United States for 3 years. You have to have moral character, have basic knowledge of the U.S. government, and if you don't qualify for these for those requirements, the government can just simply swipe away your residency. So finally, the most important solution Americans have been dreaming about, or American immigrants or immigrants, is the DREAM Act, or a Reform Act, which grants them amnesty and allows them to earn their citizenship in the United States. With that, the ultimate solution the American Congress has is just to simply pass this and allow the illegal immigrants in the United States now help the United States substantially grow economically and aid each other to stop causing problems. So in conclusion, immigration has been one of the most controversial issues in society in the past years. Although Americans, including the American government, believe that immigration has a negative effect on society, it is proven that immigrants benefit our country economically. As the solution to future reforms are shut down to disagreements in Congress, immigrants to continue to pursue happiness, however, living in fear and harassment. Thank you for listening.